Right, you're welcome. My name is Ilochon Ekene Emmanuel, and sitting right beside me is
Michael Ogushola.
all right. Okay, last year 2023, a lot of people had numerous New Year resolutions that they would love to accomplish, and along the line, they were unable to actualize all the plans they have, or rather, some of the plans they had. Okay, so that led us to come up with this plan to share with us some of the principles that we need to adopt this year 2024, so that some of the plans and visions that we have will be able to actualize. Because it's not just enough to have resolutions. There are principles that need to be adopted. There are principles that you need to apply to actualize your plans for the year. And one of those principles is diligence and hard work. Okay, there is no room for laziness. There is no room for laziness. That's my usual mantra. Okay, if you want to get anything done, do not procrastinate. Just get it done. Don't procrastinate. Okay, whatever you are capable of doing today, don't postpone it till tomorrow. Whatsoever you are capable of doing today, do not postpone it till tomorrow. Okay, a lot of people are giving room for laziness. As a matter of fact, the major issue that a lot of people have is the fact that they are lazy. They don't want to put in the required work to actualize their visions. They have visions, they have plans, they have it all written down, but they are not ready to put in the required work. Okay, for you to actualize your goals this year, you must do a totally different thing from what you did last year. You must do a totally different thing from what you did last year. You must put in more work, put in more hours into your work, and be rest assured that when you do this, you will have a fulfilled 2024. All right, I will hand over to my brother right here so that we can hear his own part of this subject matter. Thank you.
So thank you for the opportunity. So for me, I always like to tell people that in life, there are some things you cannot control. And some of the things you cannot control is the response you will get when you put in action. What that means is you can always control your action. And that is where diligence and hard work comes in. If you try once and you didn't get it right, try again. If you try again and you didn't get it, try again. You see, in the end, it is the person that quits that becomes the loser. As long as you continue to put in effort, I tell you, you will win in the final analysis. When we talk about diligence, there is a true life story that comes to mind of two young men, that met a prophet, and the prophet prophesied into their life that you are going to be king. Say Mr. A is going to be king in the near future, and Mr. B is going to be a slave. And Mr. A that was prophesied that would be a king, began to celebrate ahead of time. He began to tell everybody and announce his fortune, that the fortune teller, the prophet, has prophesied, I am your king. In Yoruba, they called it Obalola, and he began to do all of those without paying attention to the present. This other young man that had been prophesied to that would be a slave went into some thick forest, cleared the land, cultivated it, and the place became a very lush green environment, and agricultural produce began to flourish there. And before you know what is happening, he built a one-man community. This other man that prophesied that would be a king in his community, famine came upon the land, and the famine made the people to go and search for greener pasture. And as the people were moving towards another community, they discovered this one-man community that this man that was prophesied that would be a slave had cultivated. He worked on that community alone, and as a result, the people saw him and said, please be our king.
Wow.
Why did they say he should be their king? Because he can feed them, he can lead them. Anybody that cannot provide for his own cannot lead. Leadership is responsibility. This other man, is just there gallivanting, like, you know, somebody said something. When you look at some Nigerians, we like to party, we like to have fun, we like to celebrate. As good as all of those are, if you are not hardworking, that your celebration and your partying will be your undoing, because whatever you gather, you will end up squandering it. So this year you must make up your mind that I am going to be hard working, I'm going to be diligent, because if you see a man that is diligent in his business, I tell you, sir, he will stand before kings. You can always control your hard work. I've said it before, you know, the kind of tenacity you put into building Lalo Global is commendable. Not just because you are here, but when I look at you open your doors 365 days a year, 16 to 14 hours a day, and some other persons are looking for 4 hours work week. You know, you cannot have the same results. If you do, you know, I'm a student of the Bible. If you look at Cain and Abel, God told Cain, if you do what your brother did, you will get what he got, and that is life. You cannot compromise on being diligent and hard working. If you apply this, your 2024 will be your best year yet.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Okay, I want to borrow, you know, a point from him, and that point was on the story you told us about the prophecy. Okay, a lot of us have prophecies that has gone ahead of us in this year 2024. Beautiful. As good as those prophecies are, if you don't put in the required work, they might not come to pass. If you don't put in the required effort, those prophecies might not come to pass. Prophecies are good, but they do not suspend the place of diligence. They don't suspend diligence. All right? Prophecies are good, but you need to work to ensure that those prophecies come to pass. You even need to labor in the place of prayer to ensure that those prophecies come to pass. All right? We will be discussing on another subject matter that is very, very, very non-negotiably required for an effective 2024 in our next video. All right? If you have not yet subscribed, quickly click on the subscribe button and then also tap the notification button so that whenever we upload a video, you'll be the first to know. Thank you very much.